I think we're rolling, microphones on. Hey guys, welcome to my kitchen. I'm feeling like so excited to have you guys with me today, and I'm gonna be filming every day for the next 30 days, a specific challenge, a specific food mission that I'm doing. And I started this earlier this year, so I've already been doing it, but I figured maybe I should be filming this too and share some of the ideas and just what I eat every day while I'm doing this. And this is something that I plan to do all year, and at the end of the year, I want to see the results. So what's going on is earlier this year I turned 38, so I'm almost 40 years old, and I turned 38 in February, and I don't know what happened, just a switch flipped in me. And I was looking at my diet and the things I was eating, and yes, I was eating vegan and mostly clean food, mostly whole food, but not very much raw food and not really many greens. You know, I'd take pinches of salad. I won't get all into it, but I wouldn't really eat like that much healing food, I was realizing. I thought, you know what, I need to be consuming this because I'm not, and I never have in my entire life, and that's a problem. And it's going, if it's not a problem right now, it's going to be later as I'm getting older. And so I need to take care of it now to prevent certain things. And also when you see your family, your parents, relatives, aunts, uncles, when you see them start coming down with health problems, like my dad just had a stroke not too long ago, my uncle has been fighting cancer, I had an aunt that was also fighting cancer. You know, like they all have diabetes, my dad and my uncle, and Michael's family also is struggling with, you know, his uncle just had heart surgery. He's got family members with diabetes. It's when you're watching this all happening, something just hits you, you know, hopefully at some point, and you're like, this is my future if I don't stop it now. You know, like this is the path that I'm going down if I don't stop and start parenting myself and start eating for my health, because that is where your health lies, is in the food that you eat, every bite you take. So anyways, a switch flipped, and I was like, you know what, I need to get with it. I need to get with the program and stop messing around. I'm almost 40 years old, and I need to take care of myself because I don't want diabetes. And I want to do everything I can to prevent that. So the question is, do you really want to? How bad do you want it? That's what it comes down to. If you truly want it, you will do whatever it takes to achieve that, right? You won't just say it and then go stuff your face with a cheeseburger or pizza or ice cream or whatever. All your cells are being regenerated constantly, right? Including your taste buds. So if you don't like greens now, like there's a lot of, you know, greens that I just never really ate, and I wasn't really into eating a lot of greens, and I will pay the price if I don't change that. So I know that for a fact by watching my family and their health conditions now. You know, and what your family members eat, a lot of times you grew up eating too. So it's not necessarily your fault. It's just that you didn't know at the time, but when you know better, you do better. If you don't take care of yourself, no one is going to do it for you, you know? No one is going to be telling you, hey, don't eat that, or maybe, you know, make sure you get your greens in. Like, no, I don't know about you guys, but no one in my life, in real life, is around who is eating healthy, like, and will prod me if I'm not eating healthy. They won't say, hey, put the vegan pizza down or whatever, you know, put that cheesecake down. No one is going to do that for me. So my mission from here on out is to eat as many healing foods as possible every single day. So I'm sharing the next 30 days with you guys, but I'm doing this every day for the rest of the year, and I'm going to find out what results I have at the end of the year. And that goes for like inside and out of my body. And so I've got a whole list of markers that I'm watching for, and I'm going to be, you know, continuing my studies on the nutrition aspects of it, and I like to know about all the foods and, you know, phenols and carotenoids and everything else, you know, phytonutrients and all of that. I like to know the healing properties of each food. So we're just gonna get right to it and start eating, because we can't be here talking all day. It's late right now too. It's like, yeah. So starting with 1 cup of ice. So we're gonna be doing a green smoothie. I'll talk to you guys as I'm going to, because I don't want to talk your ear off before we actually get eating here, because it's late already. Normally I don't wait this long to eat, but that's 1 frozen banana in there. I was running late this morning because Michael and I are planning on, well, we're doing some kind of little closet remodeling, and he needed like all the measurements and everything, so I was busy doing that this morning. But otherwise, so it was like an accidental intermittent fasting. It's like almost lunchtime right now, actually. But don't worry, we'll catch up. Intermittent fasting is just where you eat the same amount of calories just in a smaller window of time, right? So like 8 hours, you know. And so let's see, I try not to eat breakfast. Well, it's not that I don't have to try. I just naturally, I enjoy not eating first thing as soon as I wake up in the morning. I will just drink my water. So this morning I drank my 32-ounce hydro flask of water. So I drink one of those every morning before I eat anything, so on an empty stomach. And intermittent fasting is also for, you know, allowing your body, your digestive system to rest, letting your liver take a bit of a break, you know, and before you break the fast, right, breakfast. And it's found to be very beneficial for, I guess, you know, weight, if you're trying to slim down or something. I'm not trying to slim down, but just for allowing my body to have a little bit of a break is really all I do it for. So I don't eat till 10, but right now we're an hour and a half late. So we're gonna make up for it though. But you still eat the same amount of calories. Okay, we're gonna do the regular green smoothie that I like to do every morning. So I like to do a base of celery and cucumber. And when I get my juicer, we'll be making celery juice, but I don't have a juicer yet, but I'm saving up for one. So for now, we're just doing green smoothies. So we'll do our base with celery, cucumber, and then we'll add in our leafy greens. This one's got a lot of leaves on it. I normally don't like to use the leaves of celery because they are so bitter. So I'm gonna pull some of those big ones off. A little is fine, but I just don't want it to be overwhelming in the smoothie. I do chop up things pretty small before I put them into the Vitamix, especially like the celery, because the strings are so long and fibrous, so I don't want that like wrapping around the blade or anything, so that's why I chop that ahead of time. I chop everything down a little smaller just so I can pack more into the blender too, so oops. And some dandelion greens. Dandelion greens are one of my favorite bitter greens, and they are just nutrient powerhouses. We got 2 leaves of kale. It'll end up being about a cup. So we've got 1 cup ice, 1 large frozen banana, and then all of our greens. So we've got cucumber, kale, celery, got some celery leaves there. We'll see if they can fit in there or not, and ginger. Oh, and we've got our dandelion. And just add however much water you need to get it to blend up. So I just put like about a cup and a half in there. And here we go. Okay, I put more water in here than I normally do. Normally I do about a cup. Let's do a taste test, see if we need to. If you want it a little sweeter, you could put more banana, but I'm gonna drink it just like this because we did have some celery leaves in there that do make it more bitter, but that's okay. You guys, greens, if you wanna heal your skin, this is where it's at. Drinking and eating your greens. Oh, I wanted to mention that if your smoothies are separating and you don't want that, then you just need to add more soluble fiber and maybe a little less of your leafies, because your leafy greens are an insoluble fiber, which means it's not going to hold together with the water and it's going to separate. So your soluble fiber is going to help hold everything and keep it blended together in the water. So see how we've got a little more foam up top here and it's, you know, separating down here, but I don't mind because I'm going to be swirling this around as I'm drinking and showing this to you guys. So I'm going to actually drink a bunch of this down right now. Hold on. All right, so every single day I do Chronometer and I track all my food in there. I've got my food diary, so we're just now starting for today. If you guys haven't ever heard of Chronometer, it's an awesome website to use for tracking your nutrients and making sure you're getting everything in. and anything that you need to adjust, you're able to see easily. I know a lot of you guys probably already use it. You can track your food diary in there, which is what I love it for. You can also add exercise and your biometrics. So if you're, you know, trying to lose or gain weight, you can keep track of that as you go. And also there's an area here to add notes. So you just click on any of these and it tracks everything for you down in this box here. So we're in the diary section right now. So I'm gonna click add food and add everything that we just had in our smoothie here. First I had water this morning though, so I had 32 ounces, so I'm gonna click on that and change so you've got serving size down here. I know it's probably hard to see, but if you guys log in here, you'll be able to see, you know, it's pretty easy to use. So serving size 2, 16 ounce, I just do that because there's no section in here that says 32 ounce, even though my hydro flask is 32 ounce and I drank the whole thing. So just add that. So that was my water first thing this morning. And then also I had added water in the smoothie, about another 16 ounces. So I put everything in here so there's nothing that gets left out. So I added about 1 cup of ice to the smoothie, and then we had raw celery, we had cucumber, and I used the entire large cucumber with peel. So up here is your food diary where you list all the foods that you've eaten. And then here is your calorie summary. So you've got your what you've consumed, what you'll be burning for the day, and then your balance. And right here it tells how much you're supposed to be eating each day. So for me, my height and weight, I'm supposed to be consuming about 1900 calories each day. So here you got nutrient targets, and it tells you, you know, which targets you've hit, and it's color coded too. So green is what you've already reached, and yellow is what you're still working on for the day. And then down here you got general, so it just shows your energy, water intake, carbohydrates, fats or lipids. It also has omega-3 and 6 in here. And then down here is protein, and it has that all broken down. And then minerals and vitamins. Okay, I'm gonna finish my smoothie and I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, I'm just editing and eating some blueberries. So I'm thinking for lunch today, what should we make? I'm thinking rainbow sushi rolls. I think I got everything for that. All right, you guys, I got all my veggies out and we got our nori wraps. I'm using these. I was looking for some that didn't have that fishy flavor, and I really like these. I ordered these on Amazon. Pack of 50 for around, I think they were around $14, $15 for the pack, but these are really good. They have a good flavor to them. They are roasted, so they aren't raw, but this is gonna be a mostly raw sushi wrap. But these are pretty good. I'm gonna start with making cucumber noodles, and I'm using my Titan peeler. This is the julienne one. If you don't like the outside, the skin of the cucumber, you don't have to use that. You could peel it ahead of time and not have that, but I don't mind it at all. Look how beautiful those are. Those are so good in so many recipes. So what I'll do is I'll just do the whole cucumber. Well, aside from the core, you don't really want the seeds in there, but I'll just store it in a little container. So I've got this little container. We'll put all that in, and then I'll just use whatever I need for the rolls that we're making for lunch, and save the rest for either tomorrow, doing more rolls, or do like a wrap or something. Put those. And this core part that has all the seeds, I will just throw that into a green smoothie like the next morning or later on that day or something. So I'll just throw those on the side, and same with the ends. We'll take all our beautiful noodles and put those in the container too. Gotta make some room here because we got more veggies that we're gonna be slicing up here. The Titan peeler is very handy. It actually came in a set of 2. You can get these at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it comes with a regular peeler and then the julienne one. I got a little bowl over here. This is my compost pile stuff. We're gonna julienne our beets too. We're using the regular beets and then also the golden beets. Okay, and then we got red cabbage. I like to slice the red cabbage as thin as possible because it makes it nice and light and fluffy. Okay, we've got our avocado. We're gonna take some watercress and I like using these two heart of palms. I just coated those. Okay, so we place our nori sheet with the shiny side down, rough side up, and we're gonna start with our noodles. Our koodles, our cucumber noodles. And I'll just spread those over like the first, about the first half. You can go over a little if you want. So we got our cucumber, we'll add some of our beets. And then we'll do some of the golden beets. And then some of the red cabbage. We'll add some watercress. You know what, let's add our heart of palms. We'll do 3 pieces of that. Some avocado slices. Now you don't have to add a spread because this is perfect with the creamy avocado in there already, but since I already have this made, this hummus spread, I'm just gonna add a little of this in there too. Not too much because it'll be gushing out the sides. And roll it up. And then I got a little container of water here. Just take a little of that, and that is for sealing it. You can wet your knife too. I'll just cut that in half. This one is pretty sloppy, I gotta tell you, but that's okay, it's gonna taste delicious. I've wrapped these so many times, but they can still come out messy, so don't worry about that. If they don't come out as tightly wrapped as you want them to. The wetter the stuff is, we put the spread, I probably put a little too much spread in there, but that's okay. I love those palm hearts in there too. And when you're eating really colorful food, with all the really colorful, rich vegetables, those carotenoids, they're assimilated better, and the nutrients from those particular vegetables absorb better when you add a little bit of fat to it. So that's why we got our avocado in there. And this isn't all for lunch. We're gonna be making at least 2 or 3 more of these rolls. But I love these so much. They're so good. Okay, let's do another one. So these cucumber noodles turn out kind of like Asian glass noodles. They are delicious. And like I said, totally up to you if you're not into the skin of the cucumber, because it is a little tough, but I like to get all the nutrients I can. Okay, our beets. Red cabbage. Throw on some heart of palms, which we get these at Costco. They are delicious. Got our watercress, just 1 sprig, throw that in there. Avocado, because we want to absorb those nutrients. And you know how they were a little too loose last time? When you're wrapping them, wrap them tight at the beginning, that first wrap. Get it nice and tight, because you're not going to be able to squeeze it tighter once it gets wrapped up, right? Because it'll just end up looser and looser the more you go to squeeze it. So that first wrap is the most important. And then we'll add our water and seal it up. And right here, just press it down. No squeezing. So plop this there. Now, take a little water, wet your knife. This is not a sushi knife, this is actually a cheese knife, but I use this it's like my all-purpose knife. I love this. It's a German-made knife. I think it's Messermeister. We've had it for probably 15 years. Michael and I got it when we first got married. His dad gave it to us, and it's lasted all that time. Never needed sharpening. Okay. There we go. Oh, that is a beauty. Look at that. Oh, yes. Delicious. That one turned out tighter. Oh my gosh, these are so good.
Those are a winner there.
Michael just grabbed one and ran off with it. You want me to make you your own wrap? I got everything out.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay. So I started doing these rainbow nori sushi wraps because I can't digest rice well. I used to try to make these with, brown rice or black rice. I switched to black rice was a little bit better, but I was still having problems with it. So that's why I was like, you know what? Raw is the answer because I can eat a ton of these, no problems. But I try to eat rice just like a little bit, and my system just does not accept it. It worked out well though, because you can make these in minutes, like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes max, and you don't have to wait for rice to cook or anything. So just in case any of you out there also can't digest grains very well, definitely try, raw options instead.
They were really good.
Good.
I love that recipe.
I wish I could feed you guys through the camera here. Is that gonna focus? I don't know if I mentioned the spread, but we'll make that together sometime. As soon as I run out of this, we'll make more together on video. But it was celery and garbanzo beans was the base, and I added dulse flakes to it. And I don't know if I added anything else to that one. Oh, I did add some palm hearts, and I blended it all up in the Vitamix. But we can do some spreads and stuff later. Okay guys, we're at my tea cabinet, which I need to organize. So don't look in here right now, it's a mess. But I'm going to take my B12, and I don't know if Michael's taken his today, but this is our favorite kind that we get. Hold on, let's see if it'll focus. It's My Kind Organics. I don't know if that helps, but it's a sublingual B12 spray. Just spray it under your tongue. Do you want it?
All right.
Okay.
Have some tea.
Later this evening, I think. I'm gonna make a smoothie, and this is gonna be kind of a creamsicle, so it's gonna be a vanilla orange smoothie. But I forgot to make the chia gel ahead of time, which usually I do. But since I didn't do that ahead of time, I'll just do it directly in the blender because I don't want to wait for it. So I'm gonna take a tablespoon of chia seeds and drop it in the blender. And then take some water. And pour about a cup of water in there. Maybe a little more. And just turn that on. Just give it a lick. And blend them up just so they don't stick on the side. So I'll let them soak for about 10 minutes before you start throwing all your other smoothie ingredients in. And during that 10 minutes time, just, come over and flick your blender on real quick for, a second, just to stir them up and keep that gel down in the water because sometimes they want to float to the surface. But we will be making some chia gel. Actually, let's just do that right now. That way it'll be ready for tomorrow. This is my measuring cup here. Okay, where's the cup? So about a quarter cup. Pour that in our jar. And then water. You can use any kind of liquid that you want, but I'm just going to use regular water. And I just fill the jar up. And those will swirl around a little, and I leave just a tiny bit of room so I can shake it up while they're sort of, beginning to gel up. And then I'll just put that in the fridge. I like them to fully soak up, so I just leave them in there and, overnight and use them every day until they're gone. Okay, I'm just gonna snack on a few dates while I'm waiting for the chia seeds to gel up. These are like caramel marshmallows. They are so good. I'm just having 3. I think we're ready to go. I'll grab the ingredients. Let's do banana, peaches. So we're gonna do a creamsicle smoothie. We're gonna do 1 banana, 1 frozen banana. And then we're gonna do our orange. Peel this. This is a Cara orange. These are so good. Okay, there's our orange. And then we'll do some peaches. Oh, look at these beautiful peaches. Okay, we'll do about a cup of peaches. Well, maybe a cup and a half. I like the tanginess that they add. We're gonna do a little vanilla. Just about a teaspoon. And we'll do a little bit of dragon fruit. Let's do one more chunk. You could also add coconut chunks, but I'm not going to just because I've already got a fat in here, so I've got the chia seeds, so we're good with that. You're done. That's one of my favorites. It has a little bit of tang from the peaches, but peaches are super high in vitamin C, so if you want to boost your natural daily vitamin C intake, that's a really good one to do. And if you don't want it too tangy and you like your smoothies a little more sweet, then just add an extra banana. Or you could add a date, but another banana would do good. It's also really good if you make it extra thick, and then it's more like you're eating a gelato. A creamsicle gelato. So aside from just the prevention aspect of why I've decided to eat, a high raw whole food plant-based vegan, is I'm curious about what it does. I want to use myself as a guinea pig to see what kind of benefits happen to your body inside and out, because I've gotten very in tune with my body over the years of watching how diet affects me, and I've had a lot of food sensitivities. That's the reason why I've been so into it for years now. Studying it is because I had my own food allergies, intolerances, sensitivities, whatever, that were wreaking havoc on my digestion. I went through a stint of antibiotics that the doctor kept me on antibiotics for a year. I was a dermatologist, and this was years ago, before I was ever on YouTube or anything, before I was vegan or anything like that, right? And that made everything so much worse and more severe, and I never fully recovered from that. So anyway, some of the markers that I am looking for as I'm doing this experiment this year is eyes, whites of the eyes, looking for red veins, red veining that can be on the whites of your eyes. The brightness and clarity of your eyes. These are markers that I'm looking for changes in. Okay, so I have everything like detailed out, charts, and it's things that I'm going to be keeping notes on, to see what the foods do, to what kind of effect the foods have. Under eye circles, puffiness, skin clarity, any acne breakouts that are going on, the luminosity of the skin, the overall complexion, skin tone, because your skin color can be changed by foods, the tone of it. And what I mean by that, I don't mean like cool versus warm tone. I mean like the actual, just the healthy glow of the complexion, and the amount of color, pigmentation that's in the skin. The oily versus dry, skin areas and patches and whatnot. Dry, rough skin on feet and toes and heels particularly. Growth rate of nails, length, strength of your nails, any peeling, breakage, hair luster, the fullness of it, gray hairs, hair loss, leg veins, mood, if it's elevated, stress levels, energy, mental focus and clarity, menstrual cramps, I've had some times that I've always had my period like clockwork every month. It's been like the same, and it always lasts, you know, just about a few days, except for back years ago when I was on birth control. It would go for like 7 days straight, and that sucked so bad. But then when I got off birth control, it went back down to normal, which was like 3 days, you know, like, and it's gone by like finishing up on the 4th day. But I have had certain times, and I think it's due to salt and fat combination intake being too high, and that will buckle me over. Like I've been like in Costco and got like really lightheaded, like my period came on, and it was like the first day, and I was like gonna pass out in Costco in the line. I just started seeing white, like the pain. I was holding the pain in so bad. I hadn't taken any, you know, pain pills or anything. I hate taking pills of any kind, but I didn't take a pain pill, and I should have. And it got so bad, and the cramping was like, it's like your insides are being twisted and wrung out, right? Like that kind of pain that just doubles you over. And so I was like just trying to stand there in the freaking Costco line with Michael, and he's looking at me, and he's like, he could see the blood like completely drained out of my face, and I was like so white. Anyway, so with that story, we'll just leave it with menstrual cramps is something I'm going to be watching. I don't have that all the time, but the particular times it has been the worst, I'm noticing a pattern has been high salt, high fat, like shortly before the period comes on. And then it seems to really trigger the bad pain. So I'm gonna see what happens, you know, having the diet cleaned up. Okay, I mentioned acne breakouts, that's a big one. Cystic acne breakouts, including ones that are triggered by foods, because I mentioned I have a lot of food sensitivities. Digestion, so I'm gonna be watching with digestion, you know, enzymes, those break down your foods. A lot of the minerals, people get so focused on your macros, you know, protein, fat, carbs, and they don't think about the phytonutrients, the little minerals that are still essential for good health. You know, the vitamins and minerals that are packed in greens and, you know, all your fruits and vegetables, but particularly leafy greens, dark leafy greens. Stomach acid. Oh yeah, I'm gonna be watching my stomach acid levels, because you also need a good amount of stomach acid to be able to break down your food. And I feel like that's also part of the enzyme, you know, between enzymes and stomach acid situation that can wreak havoc on your digestion. And liver health is my last one on the list. If I'm missing any markers that I should be watching while I'm doing this, you guys can leave them in the comments below. If there's something that you're going to be watching in case you happen to want to do this challenge along with me, or sometime whenever you're seeing this video. I'm just a guinea pig, and I'm just doing this experiment to see what happens, and hopefully I can finally fully recover from doing the antibiotics. And if you're curious why I was on them, it was a dermatologist out in Maui had prescribed them, and it was for my cystic acne back then, which was coming from dairy. I didn't know at the time it was coming from dairy, and anyway, I wrote about this on my blog. I'll have the link to my blog below in case you want to read the whole story, but I won't talk about it all here. But yeah, that's why I was on it for so long, and it messed my my digestive, it messed my entire gut tract up pretty badly, and I've been kind of suffering ever since. So yeah, long before I was vegan, and I'm hopefully going to be able to heal myself, but that's the plan. I think I've talked enough for now. I'm gonna drink my smoothie because I don't want it sitting over here oxidizing, so I'm gonna drink this slowly, and then I will see you guys for dinner. Okay, hey guys. Michael just, yes to Sedona. He just asked if I want to go to Sedona. He just asked if that would interrupt our filming schedule with me and you guys. Yeah, I'm sure I can find some raw food there. If there's produce there, I can eat there. Okay, so I was just about to make some lentils, or at least get them going because it takes about an hour. Okay, so we'll rinse our lentils. Lentils and garbanzo beans are two legumes that I've never had any trouble with digesting. So I'm pretty grateful for that. Add our water. drop these in. So I got these at Trader Joe's, and these actually taste really good, all on their own. I'll give those a little stir. So I'll let those come to a boil, and in a couple minutes I'll turn them down and let them simmer for the next 45 minutes. Come back, check them, and hopefully they'll be done. I think these are done. Yes, perfect. And here, let's get the chopping board and whip up a salad real quick here. Do some baby spring mix, dandelion greens. I gotta finish those off because they're on their last leg. We'll do that spread too. We'll finish that off and eat more. I need to eat up the spring mix. We got this at Costco, but I swear those red lettuce leaves, they go bad so fast. So I might have to freeze some of this. And then if you do ever have greens that are going bad, or you know, before they do, catch them and freeze them, and then you can use them in your green smoothies. So we'll just do like a grip of dandelion greens. I think the rest will make it till tomorrow. Oh, I forgot that's on the pan. Sorry. I've got some flax seeds, which reminds me I need to get those Brazil nuts out and eat one of them. Brazil nuts are really high in selenium. I'm gonna grab one of these Brazil nuts and just take, some of them are so big. I wonder what that weighs. I'm just curious. Okay, so this Brazil nut is 4 grams. So that means if you were just to take half of it, that would bump me over the amount of selenium that I need for today. So half of it, so 2 grams is about 70% of your daily value of selenium. So I don't want to take more than that because you're bumping up your omega-6s and your fats, which mostly I'm focused on the omega-6, which I already have quite a bit because I had avocado today. So I'm just gonna take half of that, and that is all I need for today. And these are going back in the fridge because they're sensitive to heat, so you don't want the oils from them going rancid. We are going to put some flax seeds, which are very high in omega-3s. They're higher in 3s than they are 6s. So I'm just going to take 1 tablespoon on my salad. Just sprinkle that on. So I'm just gonna leave it a small green salad, and I'm gonna top it off with the rest of my spread. Okay, so I'm gonna eat my salad, and then I'll take off the lid and let the lentils cool. Okay, I just finished my salad, now I'm gonna get some lentils. And before I do that, I didn't put anything in there, no seasoning or anything. So put a little Himalayan sea salt in there, I think. So we'll do like 3 grinds. I'm gonna take this to the table, and I'll bring you guys over too. Okay guys, I'm just gonna take a look at Chronometer. I just put in my dinner, so everything is in there. So just to give you a look at what it looks like, there's the diary for today, food diary, and then here's calorie summary. So today I consumed 1,875 calories. Oh, and up here you can see your calories for, you know, that you've consumed in the past 7 days, or you can change it to 2 weeks, 4 weeks, 8 weeks. But for the past 7 days, to give you an idea, so today was 1,875. Yesterday I consumed over 2,000 calories, almost 19. Actually, both these are almost 19. And then again, over 2,100 calories. So it's like, it balances out, you know. Today was 75% carbs, 14% protein, and 12% fat. And all targets were hit: fiber, iron, calcium, vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin B12, folate, and everything hit. All vitamins, minerals, protein. You can also scroll over each of these and it brings up what brought you up to that point, right? So where did I get most of my calcium for today? Dandelion greens, bang, cucumber, celery. Okay, let's see, protein, you know it's gonna be the legumes. Lentils, garbanzo beans, beets are very high in protein too. Cucumber, the roasted seaweed, the nori wraps, dandelion greens. Even oranges, you know, chia seeds, peaches have protein too. What's another one that you guys might ask? Like vitamin C, I made it to 600 61 milligrams. Peaches, super high in vitamin C, 471%. Oranges, red cabbage, dandelion greens, kale. Vitamin E, dandelion greens, peaches, avocado, blueberries. How about niacin? Lentils, peaches, dates, avocado, beets. Where did I get my iron from today? Lentils, dandelion greens, beets, mixed baby greens, cucumber, chia seeds. Something else you can do is if you want to just click on one and you want to see what nutrients that one has all by itself, let's pick lentils here. Just click on that so it's highlighted and then go scroll down and look at everything that it's got, right? So you can see loaded with B vitamins, folate. I mean, it's got other ones here too. It even has a little vitamin C, E, K. Down here though, nails, like your iron, magnesium, manganese, phosphorus, potassium, zinc, calcium, and of course protein. That's, you know, legumes nail all that every time. What else? Let's pick dandelion greens. Dandelion greens get their protein, minerals. Dandelion greens are really balanced too. They even have B vitamins. All right, guys, I'm gonna shut this down and get ready for relaxing this evening. I've got more editing to do on this video, so I'm gonna do that for a little while and then I'm gonna go shower and I will see you guys in the morning for breakfast. Bye, guys.